Hi, this is Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and I'm here to talk to you today about my May TBR. I hope you guys had a wonderful April. We are moving now into May, and I am still kind of dealing with that funky focusing on what I'm reading and not really sure if, like I'll start reading something and I just get distracted and just lose focus, and then I put the book down. So I'm hoping May is going to improve, also with the better weather. Today isn't that. Today here is quite gray and rainy. Good for the plants, but it's hard sometimes. You just want to get a cup. Like I want to get a cup of tea and go and sit in my bed with a bunch of books and just read. So that's the kind of day. The other thing we might as well get on the get out of the way, or talk about the elephant in the room, as they say. I was supposed to, back in, I think, mid-February, get my hair cut. I kind of put it off, and then everything happened in March, and I didn't go to the salon. So I am like the Shaggy DA now. It's just growing like a weed. It's growing, and I needed to have it cut. And when I was younger, I used to have my hair very, very long, but I used to always keep it straight at the bottom. I never had any layers, I should say. And so you could just cut it, take a pair of scissors and just cut across like that. Well, I have since matured and gone to salons, and now they do layers. And my biggest fear is if I try to cut the layers, that I will look like my little Barbie dolls that I used to take and cut their beautiful hair and then cry because I want their hair to grow back. So I don't want to touch it. So if things don't change and I don't make it back to the salon, and I am home and through the summer, I may end up looking like Elvira or Cher here soon. I just don't know what to do with it just yet. So I thought I'd just get that out of the way, because I can tell you can see me and I know I see you. So we all have to just be patient. Anyway, on to my books. So I had a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago, put out a call for everybody to help me pick a book for May out of some books that I had recently purchased. And I went through the numbers, and there was two close ones, but the one that came out with the most was The Conjuring Woman by Afia Adekora. So this is what I will be reading in May. Thank you, everybody. The other books I'm going to get to, so if you don't feel slighted if I don't read the other ones right now, but I will get to them. But this will be the one that I'm going to read in May. And this one, again, was a sweeping story that brings the world of the South before us after the Civil War. Civil War vividly spanning generations, explores the lives of three unforgettable women. Miss Maybelle, a healer, and her daughter Rue, and the master's daughter Verena. And it sounded like it was going to be really interesting. So it's kind of all around right now, and that's usually one of the things that I don't like to do, to read what everybody's reading right away, because I kind of want to have time to process it myself. Like I don't even watch, if I see these, I won't read the reviews until after I've read the book, just because I don't want to be swayed in any other way. And then after I read the book, I'll go read it and listen to everybody else's reviews. So that is one. The next one, I don't know if you all remember, I had a video, let me put this over here. I had a video, I think in January, that talked about 12 books that I've had for a while that I would hope that I could try to get to before the year's end. And I wanted to just sprinkle them in whenever I could. And I read a couple already. I think, I can't remember the names of the books right now, but I think I've done 2 or 3 of them. So this is one that was on that list as well, and it's called This is Paradise. And let's just say I'm going to butcher this name. It's a Hawaiian book. So the author is Christiana Kahakawila. Yeah, once again. This is Paradise stories, I'm sorry. So they're short stories and take place in Hawaii. And I was looking forward to reading this one, so I think that I'm going to try to squeeze this one in here. This is also a good segue to some of the other books that I want to read for this month. My friend Natalie from Curious Reader is doing a hashtag SpringAthon reading challenge, and they've got a bunch of different prompts that you can go through. I never really do that on most of the challenges I do, so if you do want to see it, I will link her video down there. You can see all the prompts and all the details. I just took it for, I'm going to read some nature books for the month of May, you know, at least get one, because, you know, again, my focus issues are a problem. So the first one that I picked was, I'm a big, you know, fan of elephants, and really, you know, I've gone as far as even for one birthday adopting one and getting like a certificate that I adopted two elephants. And what they do is they end up, it's a rescue place, they end up feeding them, so it pays for their food for a certain period of time. So I'm really, really fascinated by elephants. So I thought this would be a perfect one for me to read, and it's called The Elephant Whisperer, My Life with the Herd in the African Wild by Lawrence Anthony with Graham Spence. This is the cover. You're probably not going to see it. But it's called The Elephant Whisperer. And I think he died in the 90s. But he just had a really... you know, they call him a whisperer because he had such a connection with elephants. And I think that he'll just take my knowledge, this book will take my knowledge up a notch with regards to elephants and my respect as well. So I'm looking forward to that one. The next one is called Nature's Best Hope, A New Approach to Conservation That Starts in Your Yard by Douglas Tellemy. And it's loading because it's my slow connection here. I don't have these books. I'm probably going to borrow them on Hoopla or something. This one's got a bird on the cover of it. It's a blue book, the little birdie on the front. And this one basically just talks about, just like it says in the cover, you hear about all these different things about the environment, but, you know, you just feel like you can't, you know, there's legislation, there's other ways to do things, but you can really take charge of one thing that you have control of is your yard, and how you can create the environment that will invite wildlife to help nurture wildlife, and how you can spread the word and start another movement in that way. So this one sounds real good to me. So that is an option as well. I say option because, you know, me and a TBR, we'll see what happens. And then another one that I have on here is, oh Lord, is called, I hate doing it like this. I love having a book in front of me, so I know we're not going to have any technical difficulties with a book. But whenever I pull up my Kindle, this is it. This last one is cool. It's called The Lazy Environmentalist, Your Guide to Easy, Stylish Green Living by Josh Dorfman. And it looks like this in the cover. And he just talks about basically your purchasing power and your choices on how how that affects the environment, how you can be better with your purchasing power. And I just think that, I know this SpringAthon is kind of nature. I think this is nature. I think dealing with the environment, I think learning about ways that we impact the environment, learning about how we can affect them, are books that kind of can fit into that realm. So that's the other one. Now, I said all of those. Now, if those go through okay, or if I get this funky focus issue that happens with me, I've picked 2 more books just to put in there as possible options to kind of get me going so that I'll really read, but we'll see. So one is I bought this, I think in the fall when I went to a book festival, and I got the author's signature on it. It's Morgan Parker's book entitled Who Put This Song On? This is a great palate cleanser. I feel like I could read this if by chance this one gets a little heavy, or one of the books that I pick for the SpringAthon get to be too academic. This is going to slide in and just help me kind of breathe a bit. So a nice palate cleanser, easier book, YA novel. I haven't read it yet, so I was hoping I was going to read it this fall, so hopefully I can get to that. So that's a possible option. And then this book I've had for so long, years. And I'm feeling like I need a sci-fi fix. I haven't read any science fiction in a while, and this one I've had for a while. I have two, I think it's a 3 or 4 book series. I have 2 of them. This one is called Planetfall by Emma Newman, for any of you that are sci-fi lovers. And I will read it to you. Renata Gali, I guess, believed in Lee Sumi's vision of the world far beyond Earth, calling to humanity a planet promising to reveal the truth about our place in the cosmos and untainted by overpopulation, pollution, and war. Ren believed in that vision enough to give up everything to follow Sumin into the unknown. More than 22 years have passed since Ren and the rest of the faithful braved the starry abyss and established a colony at the base of an enigmatic alien structure where Sumi has since resided alone. All that time, Ren has worked hard at the colony's 3D printer engineer, creating the tools necessary for human survival in the alien environment and harboring a devastating secret. And it goes on and on and on. I like sci-fi, and I like all different kinds. I like kinds that have like a crew or a group of people that are working together for a common cause. This one has really gotten a lot of recognition in the past, so I'm hoping that it's going to live up to that because I own 2 of them. So if things go funky, wonky, or I need something totally different to take my mind away, to get me to focus, this is also another book that I will probably read. So that's what I'm planning to read in May. What are you going to read in May? Let me know down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books. And for all of you all that picked my Conjuring Woman as my selection, thank you. And everybody else that participated, thank you. And I think I'll do one again. I won't do it every month, but I definitely thought it was kind of fun just to have everybody help me select a book. And I have plenty to choose from, so I definitely see that happening in the future. I hope you all stay well, keep reading, wash your hands. Bye.